Hello and welcome, I'm Xam, and today we're going to talk about all kinds of level options, how doors and pipes work, and how the layer 2 works. So first we're going to click on the Mario head. In the change properties and header window you can see multiple different options. The first one is the SNES register and level mode. This one determines how the level is loaded. Here is a list of all kinds of different modes. For example, 00 is the normal horizontal level. 01 is the horizontal level again, but with layer 2, which is not interacting with the player. 02 is interacting with the player, and so on. There's also the vertical levels, 0A for example. But I wouldn't recommend that because the new Luna Magic 3.11 has this option here, horizontal level mode. In this mode you can change the size of the level, the height and the width. On this website you can try out the level mode. For example, when I turn up the value here, the level gets shorter, but it gets taller. Okay, as you can see, this is now 21, but here it says level mode 15. So we're going in a test level and change the horizontal level mode to 15. The program is going to ask us if we are sure to proceed, and we press OK. If we now zoom out, you can see that the level is way shorter, but it's very tall. So next is layer 1 foreground vertical scrolling. Here are 4 options. No vertical scrolling at all means that the screen isn't moving up or down. The second one is vertical scroll at will. If you jump on a platform, the screen will go lower or higher. Then there is no vertical scroll at bottom unless flying. Basically means when you're flying or you're doing a run P jump, the level is going to then there is no vertical or horizontal scroll, which basically means the screen isn't moving at all, not left or right, neither up or down. Then we have this icon here, open change properties in Sprite header dialog. If you press this, there will be an option which says Sprite memory range and max reserved SP range and max. This option is not very important, but there are some exceptions. Here's a list of all exceptions. For example, if we go in level mode 00 and we place this sprite here, 5F, and we test a level, you will see that there's a cloud on the chain when we jump on it. That's because we don't have the right sprite memory. For the chain it's 01. If we try it again, it is working completely fine. Next we can click on Open Change Other Properties dialog. In this window first we can choose the layer 2 background scrolling rate. The background, how is it going to scroll? If we do none and we test it, the background isn't going to move at all, as you can see. When we put it on constant, the background will be static. It's not going to move. But when we put it on variable, the background is going to scroll as it should be. Then there is this option here, layer 2 background initial position for relative method. Here you can choose if the screen is going to be lower or higher. If we do it from 1B to 1C, the background is going to shift 1 up, and we can turn it back again. Then there is disable no Yoshi level intro. So when you have a Yoshi and you try to enter the level, there will be a screen which says you can't bring Yoshi with you. So next is open change music and time limit setter. Here you can choose which music you want to have, but these are not all the music. You can also click on bypass the music header settings, and there will be a lot more. Also some FX. And as you can see, there are a lot of music places which are not used. These are all for custom music, which we're going to talk in another video. So for now I'm going to use piano. Next is the time limit setting. Here you can choose what time you want to have for the level. If it's 00, there won't be a time at all, so you can just run around as long as you want. If you click bypass the time limit header settings, there will be another option which says force the time limit to reset to this value every time the player enters the level. This basically means if you enter a door to this level here, should the timer be reset or not. And here is a custom time limit to set. You can turn this up or like lower it, maybe 120, maybe 900. Or even above 900 would be 1000, because A is basically 10. And you can turn it up to FFF, but for now I will keep it at 250. So now I'm going to talk about all kinds of exits with pipes and doors. When you press F1, you can see the screens again, 0, 1 and 2. When you now click on the Open Modify Screen Exit dialog, there will be a screen number of exit to modify. You can choose the screen you want, for example 1 in the middle, and then you can choose your level destination or secondary exit number. Level destination you can put in 106, and before you test it, you have to put a door here. Now we can test it. As you can hear, the music changed, and when we enter the pipe, we're going to be in level 106. But that's not all. We can click on go to midway entrance. If we go back to level 106, there will be a midway entrance somewhere. We can drag it around with the Sprite tool. We can place it here, and if we try again, we will be on the second platform. So next there will be Open Modify Main and Midway Entrance. Here you can choose the position of the entrance of the level and the entrance of the midway, but in the newer Lunar Magic you can just drag the player around with a sprite selection. But what is important, the Mario actions. Here you can choose how the player is going to enter the level. For example, horizontal pipe exit right. And as you can see, the sprite of the Mario change. When I now place a pipe, you will see that Mario is going outside the pipe. Furthermore, there is make this level a slippery level. This is for ice options. And make this level a water level. And face left direction if I enter the level. Make this level a slippery level. We can test it out. And as you can see, the level is now slippery like ice. Every option works the same with the midway entrance. So next is the Open Modify Second Entrance. This is a very important screen, especially the top part, because here you can set individual exits of doors. Here we can choose any free number. Because we don't have any right now, we can just choose 0. Then we can choose the destination level, for example 106. And the screen number, we just leave it as 0 because we can drag it around later. If we press OK and go to level 106, you will see that there is secondary entry 00. But that's not it. If we go back to the Modify Secret Exit, you have to click use the above value as secondary exit number and turn it to 0, because 000 is the number we just chosen for the secondary exit. If we press OK, it will say secondary exit 0 to 106. We can test it. And you will see that we came up here. It's not only good for going to other level, but you can also use it for the same level. If we choose 1 now and do destination level 1 of 5, we can put Mario anywhere we want, for example back to this place, and change the value to 1 this time and test it. You will see that we're back here. The good thing about that is that we don't have to use the midpoint, because there's only one midpoint, but we can use as many entrances and exits as we want. So for the layer 2 part of this tutorial, we're going in this level. And now we want to work with layer 2. As you know, this is layer 2 editing mode, but when we click it, nothing happens. And as you already notice, if we click on Open Background Layer 2 Editor, it says layer 2. So that's a big part of layer 2, because layer 2 is also the background, but there's one difference. You can either have one background, which is layer 2, or you can have the level mode layer 2 to interact with the blocks. How to access the layer 2? If we click on Change Properties, you remember on this list here, we can do 0.1 or 0.2. We will do 0.2 to interact with it as well, so you're gonna click OK. Changing to this level mode will cause Random Magic to replace the image on layer 2 with level data. Proceed. OK. Very fast back to this here. If we go back to 0, and here the option says layer 2, you will see that when you do layer 2, the level gets half, because there are double as much data to put in the level. So instead of 1 F screens, the level is only going to have 0 F screens. And as you can see, the background is gone, and we can't edit that background anymore. But now we can click on layer 2 editing mode, and it's not going to go back. We can now just open the add objects, and we can choose anything we want from it. We can also go in map 16 editor again and do whatever we want here. Let's say I want some coins here. When we now test the level, you will see that the coins are actually moving. And you wonder yourself, why is that happening? That's simple. Since layer 2 is still the background, and we have the background on variable, we have to change it to constant. The variable is a nice gimmick, but we want to have it not moving at all. So if we try again, the coins are layer 2, but we can still collect them. So you wonder yourself, why would you use layer 2 in the first place if you don't have a background? So let's say I want some tiles here. And now I want some coins. But as you can see, the block is already used, and the graphics are all messed up because the block is already used. So what do? We go back to layer 1 and we choose the coin, and we can put it in front of layer 1. If we now test it, we can collect the coins and we can still stand on the ledge. So we can put things in front of each other. But that's not all of it. As you know, there are commands, and let's say I use the layer 2 scroll 3 command. We can do some cool stuff with layer 2. If you use this scrolling, you will see that the layer 2 is going down and back up. These commands are also used in other Super Mario levels, for example 09. As you can see, the screen is moving, and the yellow one is now layer 2, is also moving up and down at the same time. This one is auto scroll special 1. More option would be this one, layer 2 smash 1 in level 1A. Or this one, layer 3 smash. So there are all kinds of cool things. You just have to find the idea you want to implement. Now I'm going to show you what you can do with all these informations. So this is what I came up with, really nothing special. It's just a little ice level with layer 2 which goes up and down. It's slippery and at the end is a little moon. Let's test this. So it's slippery, very dangerous. It's really dangerous. Wow. Moon. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.